Hello again YouTube, Mad Dog here. Welcome back to my channel. So as you can probably see, even in the woods, it's as hot as hell today. So hence why I'm wearing the comedy headgear. It's just, I've kept it wet and it's helping keep my thatch cool. So hence that. So quick little tip or trick again. So another Mad Dog Bites video. So as you've probably seen on the beginning of this video, I have a bottle that I've attached to the back of my rucksack. What's that for, you'll be saying? So stay tuned and I'll bring you in and show you what that is. Alrighty. Okay, just drop the old rucksack off here a minute. Okay. Right, let's bring you down here a little ways. Alrighty, so as you can see, I've got this bottle arrangement just roughly attached to the back of my rucksack, just clipped on. I'll just unclip it and show you what I've got going on here. Okay, righty, so there we go, an old pop bottle, discarded rubbish. Now this little trick or hack is useful for any of you guys and lasses that may be into hunting, camping or practicing survival, whatever your thing is. And let's suppose for a minute that you've got yourself a squirrel or a pigeon, or you've gone and got yourself a fish and you're away from camp, so you want to move towards camp, but it's a sweltering hot day, and as we all know, if you've got to go any distance, that meat will start to go bad because of the temperature. So if you've got yourself an empty pop bottle and some dirt, sand works best. I've managed to get myself some sand and show you this little trick on what I've got going on in here. So just pen it down here a little ways. So I'll just cut the string to start with. This is some of my tarred jute that I do sell on eBay, just for a little plug. Okay. Is good strong stuff. Okay, so what we've got going on in here is basically a water bottle that I've split from where the neck starts down to the bottom, forming an open flap like so. Filled that with sand, wet it, enough water so that it becomes like a solid mass, if you like. You don't want to overdo it where it's pouring out everywhere, obviously. And then I've gone ahead and around the top, try and get all this in camera shot as best as I can. So around the top of the bottle I've made some more incisions, more little holes, just with the end of the knife, rough and ready, nothing flash or fancy. Now the premise of this is, obviously inside of here, what I've gone and done is, I can open it up now because I'm going to use it now anyway. I've got a little parcel inside of here which is now soaked and covered in sand, but that contains my meat. In this case it's just some rashers of bacon that I'm going to cook up in the camp, but this is just for a demo. So brown paper, thoroughly wrapped, tied off with a little bit of cordage. You then stuff that inside that slit where your wet sand or dirt is, soil. Give it a good old shake about, tie that whole assembly to your rucksack, and that way natural evaporation will keep your meat cool and fresh. Because what happens is, like our bodies, that's obviously the premise of how sweat works. So the sun heats up the dirt or the sand, forcing the water to evaporate off, and by doing so removing heat from around the meat that's in the centre, that's wrapped up in our little parcel. So whether it be fish, fresh game, you know, birds, some sort of squirrel or whatever your thing is, it will keep it a lot fresher, cooler and a lot longer than just carrying it anyhow, especially in these hot, humid, sort of heavy days that we're having. So that's a good little tip to keep your food, your rations, whatever, cool on the trail. Scrap pot bottle, get yourself some sand and dirt, fill it up, get it wet, get your parcel inside there, and then attach some string to attach it to your Bergen or your webbing, whatever you're going to use. I used enough cordage so that I could tie it around the bottle to close the gap, if that makes sense. As you probably saw, crisscrossed across, tied off so that it weren't spilling out everywhere, and then made a loop which I then clipped to my rucksack. So little tip from the Mad Dog, keeping your fresh meat cool on a real hot day. So hope you find that useful. I'm going to get this bacon on the stove now, so stay tuned. We'll have a bit of a fry up and I'll call it quits at that. So as you can see, I'm just clearing the area for a real small fire to cook my food on, purely because of the temperature today. It's absolutely, everything is like a tinder box. And as you can see here, I've hit these roots just below the surface. Now these will carry on burning after you've packed up and gone home. So top little tip, do a bit of digging about and scraping, see what's underneath the top layer of soil, so that you know that when you come to extinguish your fire, as much water as you can spare. If you run out of water, have a pee on it. Every little helps, as they say. Make sure your little fire doesn't spread and continue to smoulder underground, especially on hot days. I mean, ideally, in hindsight, I should have brought my stove with me. I have got an oboe stove up there, but it's way too big for my small cook pot, and the holes in the bottom will let hot coals through anyway, so I'll run with what I've got. I'll just try and keep it sensible. Just a nice hot bed of embers, that's all I need to cook on, so yeah, let's get cracking. Oh yeah, nice and fresh, still nice and cool, not sweaty at all, beautiful. Get the fatty bits in first, helps grease the pan. Oh yeah, I was going to get that there to get them greases going. Oh yeah, sizzle baby, sizzle. You may have seen this before, something else I like to throw in my bag occasionally. especially if I'm carrying my rifle and I may procure some meat, and that is my little spice kit. Hot chili, got hot chili flakes, hot paprika. In here, I think I've shown this before in another video, but barbecue, grill, rub and mix. Now, I mean, that just goes with everything. So I'm going to have me some of that. And then I've got garam masala, can never pronounce that. And then I've got sea salt and ground black pepper mix, so salt and pepper ready to go there. So I like a bit of this with bacon. Give it a try. It ain't bad. Oh yeah. In fact, I'm going to open the lid up and get a bit more of that bad boy out of here. Alrighty. Oh. Smells fantastic, that stuff does. I keep all this in one of these little old canvas ex-MOD, well, say MOD, military, not MOD, pouches, only cheap and cheerful off eBay. Just right for this sort of thing, little spice kit. Nice if you're out for a weekend or a week. You know, when you're sick of your noodles and all the same old, that can make a difference. Just got me a hang pot here with some water on the go, water on the boil as well, ready to have a coffee. Beautiful. Man, oh man, I'm ready for this. Oh, yeah. Can't get through there again. Okay. Well, some clown forgot his gloves again. Sloppy. So we improvise and overcome. Oh, I'm ready for this. Man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can't beat bacon outside, I don't know why, but just for some reason it always tastes better. I'm only having a quick bite, as it were. Not doing anything else with it because I'm going to do a bit more shooting yet. Before the light starts to drop, and I've got one or two other little bits and bobs that I want to do before I head back home. Me and my missus were having a bit of a session in the garden, as it were, tonight, so I'm saving some room. May even have a takeaway or some real crappy rubbish food, knowing us. And yeah, spend some time with the wife, because with work and everything else that's been happening, you know, it's good to make time for each other occasionally. So good health, everybody. Oh. Cheers. Cheers. Yeah, was that hot? Anyway, excuse me eating. Hope you found that little tip or trick how to keep your meat or fish fresh useful, and thank you very much for coming along with me again, as always. I appreciate your support, and until next time, which won't be long, stay safe out there. Mad Dog signing off. Yeah!